Hi, welcome to Shamim's class. Now, so I told you that when I am doing this future tense, so we finished all the future tense, but there I said that the usage of the shall.
Future tense usage in
So I
day-to-day
have
life.
directly entered into the topic. So hopefully you will learn directly into the topic. So it's motivation words and all these things. See, the people who are really interested are committed. So those who are people like so natures, so will not be committed. So hope you all get committed and keep watching and learning. So this shall as a modal auxiliary. Now how do we use this shall? So leave about this modal auxiliary. So anyhow this shall, so why it is that shall I have taken separately, it is that in future tense we have seen that will or shall is used, and in majority of the places only the will is used and shall is outdated. So it says, people say that anyhow in the spoken you might have heard it is that only that I'll or he'll. This is what we are hearing. So it is whether it is shall or will, don't know, but anyhow this will is used. Now where do we use this? There are certain places, some places where only shall is required to be used. So here the shall cannot be replaced with the will. So these things where I have written it is that here only we have to use the shall. So in the future tense now this will has taken the place of shall, but here in certain conditions, in few conditions, in few sentences only shall has to be used. No will is allowed here. So for example, now let us take the sentences question tags. You have seen in the beginning one of my video. I will do once again and anyhow. So how do we do question tag? It is he is a student. So he is a student. What is the question tag for this? So for this B form, what do we do? So isn't he? For the positive sentence we make a negative tag. This is what is the question tags. So here for such sentences, let's go home. So let's go home means we don't take that isn't we. Let's say we. So it's not this which comes. So it is shall we. What is the question tag for this? It is shall we. Let's go home, let's read, let's start, let's go, let's play. So whenever the sentence comes, it is the shall we. So let's go, let's start the class, shall we. So let's learn, shall we. So let's dance, shall we. Let's sing, shall we. So likewise we do this. So shall we, the question tags for such sentences, it is only shall we is used. No will we it comes, no can we or no do we, it's not that. So that is the other thing. Now person's wishes or instructions. For example, let us take the certain shall we, what are his wishes, certain things. Shall I, let us take, shall I bring a cake on your birthday? You are trying to know his intention. So on your birthday, shall I bring? So shall I bring a cake on your birthday? Shall I bring? So definitely we don't ask when you want to bring a cake or when you want to bring a gift. It will be a surprise. Generally people plan for the surprise. Now what is his wishes when you want to know? Shall I bring anything? Let's take now, instead of cake, shall I buy a new book for you? Right? Shall I buy a new book for you? So now a father asks a son. So he is troubling with means he is facing some problem with the text or some notes or something. Then the father can say, shall I buy a new book for you? In the same way, if the child is not eating, means a mother asks a son or daughter, her child. So if he is not feeling well, she can ask that, shall I prepare something better for you? Shall I prepare? So if idli is prepared and he does not want to, he is not willing to eat, then she, what is that, how she will inquire, it is that shall I prepare, shall I bring, shall I help you. So that is what it is, that with the shall only we do start the sentence, we don't go for will here. So shall I buy a new book, shall I bring a new, shall I prepare a hot idli, shall I prepare some upma, shall I prepare dosha today, shall we go out today, shall we spend some time together. So this is how we, when you want to know the other person's wish, what is his wish and will, so then you would do start a sentence with shall we. So it's not that can or would or may or anything, it's the only shall. Then instructions also. So what is that? For example, you want to take some instructions, are generally it is from superiors to subordinates, or from elders to youngers. So for example, you are asking your father, so on Sunday, shall I go out for play, shall I go out to play. So generally children ask their parents, so shall I go out today to play, shall I go out to play. So if a boss, so if a subordinate is asking a boss, so what is that, shall I complete it, shall I postpone it. Let us take a teacher to a student, or a student to a teacher, shall I postpone the test. So for example, if majority of the students are absent, so what the teacher will say, shall I postpone the test. So then she will, so the remaining students say, yeah, let's do this. So it's actually wish, then it becomes a wish. So shall I postpone the test, if the same teacher asks a principal, then it is an instruction. She is waiting for the principal's instruction. Yes, as the students are less, as the strength is less today, so let's not conduct the test and you can postpone it. So that is what is, how do you take the permission? It is with the shall only you do start. So to know the wishes or to know the instructions, we start only with the shall, not with the will or any other modal auxiliary. And certain times some inquiries, when you want to know certain things, shall I inquiry. So what do we inquiry? Shall he, shall I, it's inquiry. Shall I punish, shall we leave. So sorry, I am not getting, let me check one example here now. Shall I, it's again the same, it looks like, shall I speak to the boss, shall I speak to the inspector, it's an inquiry. Shall I speak to the client, shall I speak to the culprit means one who is accused there. So likewise, shall I speak to the boss, it's an inquiry. So if I say will I, just in the same place, will I, what will I do. So here it is that what will I do. If I, in the place of shall, if it comes will, it is that helpless situation of the person. What will I do? If I say what shall I do, it's an inquiry. In the same sentence, what shall I do? What shall I do means you are asking for some information. What shall I do? In the same place, it is, if it is what will I do, I can't do anything now. It is what will indicates. Here the shall indicates it's inquiring something. What shall I do? How shall we proceed? So how will I do? So I can't do. How will I do? So this is what the will has a different meaning and shall has a different meaning. So shall is used to for the inquiry and will is a will helps us to express the nervousness. And certain times it is for the promise and threat also. What are the promises? I shall meet you on Monday. I shall meet you on Monday. So instead of meet, I shall submit some report you need to submit. I shall submit the report. I shall submit the report. So it's a promise. I shall submit the report on Monday. So without fail, I'll be doing it. It's a promise. You are doing a promise. So what is a threat now? Threat is somebody is making you to do it definitely. And if you don't do it, you are going to enter into some trouble. Likewise, for example, you entered into a train and you did not pay the you did not buy the ticket. Then what they will say? You shall pay the. Then what happens? What is the next thing? You shall pay the fine. At that time, what happens? You shall pay the fine. So it's a threat. So if you don't pay the fine, then in the same way, exams are approaching. Now everybody is intermediate SSC students. Your exams are approaching. What you have to do? You shall pay the exam fee. Here it is that you shall pay the exam fee. You have to pay it. If you don't pay it, you won't write the exam. It's a threat in the sense it's not that much, but it is definitely which you have to use. So it is that with the it is second or third person. So it is you or he. He shall pay the fine. She shall pay the fine. You shall pay the fine. It's not I shall pay the fine. So I definitely, when it is something like a promise, I will pay the fine. What do I say? It is that there I do use with the first person, it is I will pay the fine. If it is second person, third person only, it is shall is used. He shall pay the fine or you shall pay the fine. If it is I will pay the fine. Then in official announcements, certain official announcements, here only the third person it is that he or she or it or this or that. So what do they do now? He shall it is the official announcement or order. So he shall complete, he shall report. Let us take he shall report by noon. So there is an official announcement, some government orders. Now as election duty is going on, all people who are engaged in the election duties, what they have to do? They shall. So it is that they shall report by noon. They shall report in time instead of noon, in time. So there are some people who did not report in time were suspended. So they shall report in time. They shall. So they will report, we can't say now. So it's only that they shall has to be used. They can report is something different again. So they can report, but they can report at any time. But it is that there are some rules that they shall report in time. That is what is the intention here. Some law. There are some obligations of law also. So law has its own rules. Now everyone shall. So if anybody, if any one of us inserts the national flag, it's a crime. It's treated as a crime. So what is that? It is a law that we all. It's not. Let's not we all. So third person singular. It is obligation. They all shall. They shall. They shall. They shall. He shall be released by 30th of this month. The law. The court has said that it is that he is imprisoned now. He shall be released by the end of this month. As soon as these elections will complete, what is that? Governor shall appoint. Governor shall appoint the CM soon, right? So immediately after the results are announced on the December 3rd, then results are going to be announced. Then it is that the governor shall appoint that. He shall appoint that. It is his duty. It's obligation for him. He has to complete it. So likewise, this shall is used. So this connect this with the rest of the modal verbs. So what will happen in the place of shall if the other tense like other modal auxiliary like can, will, may, if they are used, the meaning changes. Here only the shall has to be used. In the place of shall, if you take any other modal auxiliary, so definitely you will make a mistake, means your intention will not reach to the other person properly. So you think something and they understand something, that happens in the modal auxiliaries. What will happen, it is that, so your purpose, your intention, your thought, your imagination, your guess, everything should reach to the other person. So if you have, then when it reaches to the other person, so it reaches to the other person only when you take the right modal auxiliary, the correct modal auxiliary, that. So it comes through practice. Listen, practice, apply it in daily life, keep commenting. So write the comments, please do add energy to me, so be supportive to me, let me do the classes, continue the classes, hope you are learning. So with your encouragement I'll do more, and my intention it is that it should reach to everyone, all my students should learn better. And so see, this is all learning process. Grammar is something, it's a little dry, we can say, so we can't speak much better. And anyhow I'll explore better stories and many more things for you. It's just the beginning, picture abhi baki hai. So we'll do that. Thank you, bye. So see you in the next class. So like, share, subscribe and comment, do not forget it. Bye.